Hello, welcome back to another video. My name is Gemma, and today I'm going to be giving you my past and future readathon TBR. If you don't know what the past and future readathon is, it is a readathon that runs throughout the entirety of January. I am a co-host. Emily at Novell Novels is like the queen of the readathon. She's the one that organised it back in the day, and I am joined co-host wise by Jack at Spread Bookjoy, Alice at Alice and the Giant Bookshelf, Charlie at Charlie Book Reads, and Danny at Danny's Book World. I'll link them all below. I know that as of me filming right now, Emily has got her TBR out. I will leave that video linked for you. The others I'm sure will be coming with TBRs as and when they get to them. And yeah, you've got mine today. So let's look at the prompts and the books that I've chosen for the prompts. So, starting with the past prompts, the first one is the oldest book on my TBR, and I'll be honest, I can't remember what the oldest book on my TBR is because I blank that sort of information from my mind. However, I did pick a very old one, and that is Wolf Winter by Cecilia Eckbach. So, I mean, firstly, does that not just sound like the perfect book for this time of year? Yes, it does. I picked this book up in an airport many years ago. You know, when you go to an airport, you've got like 6 books in your suitcase and you're like, I might need one more. You never need one more. This was that book and I would like to read it. I don't know too much about this. It's set in sort of like a isolated mountain setting with like a spooky little town that summons people to the church like once a year. There's a dead body somewhere. I don't know. Sounds very gothic, very sort of haunting, atmospheric, exactly what I want to read this time of year. So that is the one I have chosen. And yeah, it may or may not be the oldest one, but it's an oldie. The next prompt within the past category is an old favourite. So to read, either reread a book that you have loved or read a book by a favourite author. And so for that, I am going to pick Joe Abercrombie. Which book, you ask? Well... I'm currently reading The Heroes, which I have here. The Heroes by Joe Abercrombie. This is the 5th sort of in the Blade Itself series, which is a grim, dark fantasy series. So good. A lot of violence though, just so you're forewarned. So I'm currently reading this with Jack from Spread Bookjoy and Alice from Alice and the Giant Bookshelf. We're not very far into it. But we've got a continuous buddy read of this going on. So once this one is finished, we will move on to the next one, which is Red Country. But because we're not very far into this and it's nearly the end of December, I am going to say this is the one I'm counting because this is the one I will finish in January. If you think that's cheating, then you can count Red Country, which will be the one that I start in January, but won't finish till February. So whatever floats your boat, really, on that one. The next is to read a book from your Bookish bucket list. And I literally have a bucket list. It's a scratchy one. And I did a video on it not so long ago. I will link that below. But on that, there are 10 books that I'm hoping to get to in 2024. Yes, that's the year we're going into. And so I've picked one from there, and the book I've chosen is Siddhartha by Hermann Hesse. This is about a guy who sort of was rich, gives it all up to follow spirituality, in a nutshell. Don't know too much more than that, but I know it's quite short, and quite a lot of people like this one. It's translated from the German. So yes, that one is going on the TBR for this prompt. Then we move to the future prompt, and we have like the newest addition to your TBR, so a gift or whatever. I am filming this before Christmas, so I've chosen a birthday gift, and you won't have seen this yet because I haven't done a haul, but hey ho, the videos are all out of order, we don't care. Northern Lights by Philip Pullman. This is the graphic novel version and was a gift from the fabulous Alice, so thanks Alice. Oh, and she put a little bookmark in it. I've just seen it, look, can you see that? Isn't it cute? So yes, this is the graphic novel version of the book. I have read the originals. I'm just going to show you some of the artwork. And this is a middle grade fantasy about a young girl whose sort of spirit, demon, tags along with her, and she gets embroiled in this epic adventure where she goes to the north and there's armoured bears and witches, and it's just amazing. And yeah, I've never read the graphic novel version, so I'm thinking this is what I'll read for a new addition to my TBR, because again, like wintry vibes, right? Snowy, north, bears, yes please. Then the next one is a New Year's resolution, so a goal book, a book that you set a goal for yourself for 2024. And I am picking another one off the scratch list for this because I obviously have 10 books that need to be read. But it's quite an undertaking. It's quite a large goal. And I'm mentioning Alice again here because the book that I'm going to be reading for this is Ulysses by James Joyce. So we decided in our infinite wisdom, I think actually I might have forced Alice, that we were going to buddy read this in 2024. We decided this, I think, in 2022 when it seemed very far away. I have no idea what this is about. I know that James Joyce is an Irish author. I think this is all pretty much stream of consciousness. It doesn't look that bad. The text isn't that small, but it is quite long. So what are we looking at? I don't know if that goes right to the end, but like 900 odd pages. I will not be finishing this in January. I will be starting it in January. Me and Alice are going to read a little bit every week for 18 weeks, because it's breaking into like 18 episodes or something. So yes. And Alice also gifted me this. So thanks, Alice. Thanks. Thank you so much. Next is try something new, use a colour wheel to pick a book for you. So I did do a colour wheel earlier today. I will put it here. The colour is blue. So like blue like my jumper. And I decided to choose a book off of my Kindle for this. And I decided to go completely random and just for an enjoyable read because did we talk about Ulysses? So I picked Finlay Donovan Knocks 'Em Dead by El Cosimano. This is the second in the Finlay Donovan series, about a mum who sort of gets dragged into contract killing in a way. People think that she is a hired killer, but it's quite funny. It's very tongue-in-cheek. I love all the mum references. I think in the first one, like the very first chapter, one of her kids like cuts off a slice of hair or something and she like glues it back on because they've got to go to school. And I was like, yeah, that definitely sounds like the sort of thing I would do. So yeah, just a fun, light, easy read with a little bit of murder and suspense in it probably. But yeah, I'm going to give that one a go. Then the prompts that fit either future or past is to start or continue a series. For this, I'm going to pick Abaddon's Gate, which is the third in the Expanse series. I'm reading this with Sandy from Miss Reads a Lot, Sarah from Freshly Read Books, and Fraser from Fraser Simon's Springboard Thought. And yeah, we have read the other two in the series together. We've read quite a lot of sci-fi together over the last 12-ish months. And yeah, we're just really enjoying this series, like hardcore sci-fi. There's this like molecule thing like released, and it's quite difficult to explain. But basically you don't want to catch this thing because it's not good. And then there's loads of politics happening in the world around it. So it's all set in space. You've got sort of Earth, Mars, the belt are sort of like the key powers, and this disaster happens, and they're just trying to deal with that. So, and we follow a crew. So yeah, really looking forward to the third one. I hear very good things about this whole series, so yeah, I'll be continuing with that. And then the next one is get a book buddy to pick you a book. So I asked the lovely Charlie at Charlie Book Reads to pick me a book. I sent her I don't know how many books, a picture of 12 books. I'll put the picture here, and asked her to pick me one of those, and she picked An Ordinary Wonder by, is it Buki Papillon? I did not write the author's name down, so apologies, but the picture will be here. And I actually can't remember what this one is about either. I know it's set in Africa, maybe Nigeria, and I think it might be about an intersex child. I might be wrong. But I have heard really good things. I know that Charlie has read this one. I'm pretty sure that Scott at Gunpowder Fiction Plot has read this one and liked it as well. So very much looking forward to that. And then the only other prompt on the board is Moody Monday, which is to mood read a book on any Monday of the month. So because that's a mood pick, I can't really pick that right now. But I think we all know that I'm going to pick Saga. So yeah. So that is my TBR. I'd love to know what is on your TBR. If you are interested in the other books I picked from the 100 book bucket list scratch list thing, I will leave that video here and I will catch you all very soon with another one. Bye guys.